Hello everyone, it is Erin Floto here, and today I am setting up my September bullet journal spreads. If you don't already know, in 2025 I am pairing two things that don't necessarily go together. So I spun one wheel, I spun another, and then I put those two things together to try to imagine a theme, to try to get my creative juices going. This one was the hardest of all of everything that I did in 2025. This one was absolutely the hardest. So I paired together windows and animal prints. And for me, I could not figure out what I wanted to do. So I ended up going with using windows, looking through the windows to see animals, and then also combining like the drapery and doing animal print drapes. And I end up really liking this theme just because this is like one of my favorite color palettes. It has to do with animals. I love animals. It has to do with animal prints. I love animal prints. So I do really like how this ended up, but it was a really hard challenge. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this type of system in 2025 to get those creative juices going. This cover page is probably the most involved cover page that I've ever done, I think. So for this scene, we have just the wall behind everything. We have the window with the cow print drapes, and then looking out onto a pasture where a cow is right outside of the window. So I really, really love how this page came together, except for one thing, which you will see in a little bit, the shading. The pen that I used at first was not the pen that I intended to use. I grabbed the wrong one, and then the pen that I wanted to use was out of ink. So then I had to use another pen, but I had already started with the other pen. So it ends up looking a little bit weird. But overall, I do still really like how this ended up turning out. So a lot of these monthly videos, I like to give like a little bit of a life update. So while I am finishing the rest of the cover page, I will go ahead and do that. My son is 9 months, which is amazing. We are going through it with the 8-month regression. He has 4 teeth. He is teething for his next 2 teeth. We already see the bumps in place. So it's been a little bit of a wild ride. I also have not felt well. I hurt my shoulder. I had a scratchy throat. And now I've hurt my back all in the same week. So I don't know if like August was just not my month, which is very annoying because that's my birthday month. But dang, at least this past week has not gone well. But it's okay. We'll get over it. It is what it is. But your girl is hurting a little bit. But little Bryson is doing really well. He is army crawling, not full crawling yet. And he's doing a lot of scooting around. He does a lot of just leaves his legs dangling and then pulls himself around with his arms, which is really funny. And then all he wants to do is walk on his 2 feet. So he's been practicing a lot of that as well. We also got to take my son to his first baseball game, which baseball is like something that my husband and I are very passionate about. Although unfortunately we are passionate about 2 different teams. I love the Mets, he loves the Yankees. It's a bit of a rivalry in this house, but it's okay because we said that he can enjoy both until it comes time that he is old enough to decide which team he's going to follow. I am trying to brainwash him, but I'll let him choose his own team when the time comes, I promise. And other than this being the busiest month like of all freaking time, we have been doing pretty good. Work-wise is still chaotic. I actually had something very I'll say unfair happen to one of my colleagues, and I've had to do a lot more work lately, which isn't super fun. He was a new hire that I trained so that he can take a lot of these responsibilities from me, and now they've just been added back to my plate along with a lot of other stuff that has been added to my plate in recent years. So for me, I am very tired. It really stinks. I don't like it. So work is what work is. I think everyone knows by now, I am not fond of a lot of stuff going on at work, and I will just continue to chug away and do my job to the best of my ability. So with all the life updates passed, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in my bullet journal. So I did decide to do a Dutch door this month. I didn't want to do it with the cover page because I wanted that full scene, that full effect. So I decided to do it with the rest of the pages. So I'm using this animal print that comes free with the digital subscription that I do monthly. That is on my website in case you are interested. And I also found a zebra one on Canva that I decided to use. So the cow print and the cheetah are from me, and then I used the Canva one from, surprisingly, Canva for the zebra print. And I cut away a bunch of the pages. I wanted the effect mostly to be on the right side, not the left side. So I just wanted to make sure that it ended correctly over on the left side. So I have very rarely done any sort of setup like this. I think I've done it once or twice, but I decided to do a horizontal habit tracker and then split it up so it's 15 days on each side. And then I broke that further up into sections. So this is not just a habit tracker, but it's also tracking a couple other things, steps and sleep, namely. So the top section is for goals. The second section is for steps. The third section is for my habits. The fourth section is for my son's habits. And then the last section is sleep. And the sleep is related to my son's overnight sleep, not my sleep, because I do not get the hours that he gets, unfortunately. I've been struggling with my dailies, so part of me thinks that doing a habit tracker like this is really going to help me when it comes to just on a day-to-day basis knowing if I've done something, because again, sometimes I'm going in and filling out stuff on my dailies like days afterwards, and normally I would just skip those days, but sometimes I really want to like memorialize that I worked on something on a certain day. So then I try my best to complete that day the best that I can. So I'm hoping that the habit tracker situation is going to help me a little bit. I've also been missing my master task list, so I added that back in. And then I didn't do my workout log like I did back in June. So I wanted to include that as well. So that way I could track the type of workouts that I'm doing. Although if my back keeps up, I'm not going to be able to track much of anything. And then instead of doing a calendar this month, very controversial for me, I'm just doing this important date section that I have like a mini calendar up top so I can see it. And then I will track like different things that are going on for the month. And I'm not going to put my work related things on there. I think I'm going to do a weekly dashboard instead to try to capture my work events. And this is how September turned out. I'm really happy with it. I think that the animal prints really stick out. The color palette is beautiful, and I think all of it flows together. I would love to know what you have done for September for your theme, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.